Hey, what's up guys? This is Eddie Gray. In this video I want to talk about writing chords, how to do it easily, and how to do it effectively. Let's go!
Alright, so you guys know I'm out here preaching the gospel that you can do it too. So I wanted to show you my systemic way of writing. It's pretty simple. The good part about it is that you can always have a full supply of ideas. The bad part about it is that you are inside a box, but of course you can always break the rules and get out of that box by using other methodologies. But for today, let's go ahead and just write some easy chord progressions. That being said, I just want to show you my setup real quick. I'm not a piano player per se. I play guitar. I've got a triple play by Fishman. If you want to see a video on that, you can go ahead and comment, and I'll do the best I can to set that up. And I've got this connected to the Play software by East West. So I essentially can play instruments with my guitar. So here I have a celeste. Take a listen. All right, so we're going to be talking about music theory. And music theory is a means to understand the language of music. Now, some people think, well, if I learn it, it's going to take away from my creativity. And that's an absolute fallacy. Music theory can only help you go beyond and stand head and shoulders above the rest. So you want to learn it. Essentially, there are two approaches. You've got the tonal mode and the modal theory. The one we're going to talk about today is tonal. All right, let's talk about some of its characteristics. Well, number one, it uses major and minor keys. It has a tonal center, so it's always rooted on a home key. On top of that, it's like telling a story. You know, any good movie has the beginning, there's some tension, there's the apex of the movie, resolution, and then they lived happily ever after. So what I like about this system is that all chords have a function. The relationship between the first chord and the second chord has its own vibe, and then the relationship between the fourth and the fifth has an entirely different experience. And so it's the combination of these really limitless possibilities that create music. Let's take the major chord progressions. So vertically, we are looking at all the different keys. This is the home key. And then horizontally, we're looking at the progression. So let's start with C. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little game. I'm going to start on C and then pick various keys. So let's make this one really simple. I'm going to start with C major, and then I'm going to go to F major, which is the 4, the perfect fourth, and then I'm going to go to the minor 6th. That's in turquoise there, check it out. And then I'll go to G major, and then we resolve back to C. There's always that feeling that it wants to come back home. So that's pretty simple. Now let's spice it up a little bit. So let's get out of the simple key of C. Everybody writes in C. Everybody writes in 128 beats per minute or 120. That's a fact. So let's start with A major, and I'll kind of mix this up a little bit. So here we are at A major, C sharp minor. Let's do D major, and then B minor, and then E major. And that's a nice, satisfying experience. And then we go back to. All right. And that's essentially how to write chord progressions. You can pick any key, mix and match, play around, and there you have it. If you write, let's say, hip hop, trap, and you want to do minor chord progressions, right? You don't want the happy summer music, and so you want to use the minor chord progressions, then this is the chart that you want to use. And it really follows the same guidelines. Let's start with A minor. I'll go to C major, D minor, and then E minor. Back to A minor. That progression was really cool, but then now I'm going to teach you how to break the rules. Don't tell anybody. So I'm going to go A minor, C major, D minor, but then I'm going to change that E, that minor fifth, into a dominant seventh, and we get another character. And this is how music is made. It's all about the little things. Here we go. Right, and that has another experience all together. Let me go ahead and change this instrument so you understand what I'm saying. So right now I've got the celeste. Let's get some type of organ. Let's do a church organ. And I'll play that same progression. And obviously, because of the instrument selection, we had an entirely different experience. We were like in another part of the world. So that, my friends, is my suggestion to you, is you learn tonal harmony, you learn the major chord progressions, you learn the minor chord progressions, and that will take you to a whole new level. If you like the content that we're putting out here, go ahead and subscribe. We appreciate you guys. We respect you, and we know that you can do it too. Keep your frequency high.